Hello Internet, James Allen from Out of 8, and today I'm playing Racing Simulation F1 2017. Game features the new rules of the new year, which has somewhat adjusted cars and engines and tire rules to try to make things a little bit faster, and then also all the drivers and the tracks from this current season. The career mode is basically the same as in 2016, which is to say pretty good. It does have a couple new features in it. I would be further along in the career mode, except that I didn't realize that this options thing that pops up for maybe 3 seconds on my computer is how you adjust the AI difficulty. So I've actually reset the career mode a bunch. So this is only the race 3 of it. And actually I played the career mode a lot last year anyway. So I've kind of seen what there is to see here. New options include more research and development tree options here. You can unlock all of this stuff. Which I just unlocked in this season here, using your experience points that you earn during practice in the races. Also has different engine internals that you have to worry about. You have wear that happens to those components, so you have to replace that stuff over time, which is pretty interesting. Also has a couple of new programs for practice, which I'll just show off what they are here. So I'll skip all the videos. So you have learning the track, which is the same, I believe, as before. And then you have managing your tires, fuel saving, which is new, and I'm super terrible at that one. And then qualifying run, and then race strategy. So you have 5 different options here instead of the 3 that were in last year's version. You also get these invitational events that come up every once in a while that give you little objectives that you have to achieve in a kind of a really short session. Unfortunately, the only way you can unlock them is to go through the career mode, so I haven't unlocked a lot of them because I haven't gone past the first couple races in the career mode because I didn't know you could adjust the AI. Because you can't during a race, it just has to be in between races in about the 2 seconds that the option indicator pops up in the bottom corner of the screen. Alright, so in addition to the career mode, you can customize a race. You can actually set up a whole bunch of races in kind of a custom season. You can include the modern F1 cars from this season, or you can do classic cars, which is pretty interesting. Gives you a lot of options from 1988 all the way to 2010, and you can kind of pick your favorite there. And then choose between all the different tracks. It also has 4 short versions of existing tracks, kind of like club versions. And you can also race in Monaco at night, which is pretty interesting. So it gives you a lot of options here, and you can see that you can add a whole bunch of different rounds and kind of create your own little custom championship and stuff. You also have online multiplayer, which obviously I haven't tried because there's nobody online right now. Single time trials where you try to set a fast lap time. You have these events, which is kind of like in Dirt 4, another Codemasters title, the little community events where everybody races on the same track and tries to get the best time. This is the same sort of deal where it gives you kind of a little race scenario, like you have like 5 or 6 laps to win this race from 3rd position or something like that. So another little interesting feature. Honestly, my favorite one are the championships. Not only do you have the regular Formula 1 championship, a single season there, or you can do it in classic cars. Gives you a bunch of really interesting objectives. Like for this one, all the grids are randomized and it's only 5 laps. And then they reverse the order for every other race. This one has a short race and a long race, and you get more points for the longer event. You have races involving the classic cars, all sorts of different options here. Certain tracks, street tracks, Asian tracks, just qualifying, and then a reverse grid race for reduced points, which actually is probably what I'm going to show off. And then other ones that I haven't quite unlocked yet. So I'll show off one of these races here. This one gives you reduced points for the race and more points for qualifying, so we'll see how it goes here at Mexico, so that'll be a good track show off. So you pick your kind of classic car if you want, and then go from there. I'll probably run the qualifying in this, and then we'll switch to a more traditional vehicle, so you can see that one too. We'll put this Ferrari. You can customize some of the things. All these options are available when you do custom Grand Prix. So I'm just going to keep increase this up to 65, because that seems to be, I did a lot of single races to try to gauge what the AI difficulty should be for me, and it's about 65. I've also turned a couple of the driving assists on, so I have like anti-lock brakes. Actually, I believe are off. If I look at my assists, I actually have anti-lock on. I have traction control on medium, and I have the dynamic race lane because I don't want to have to think too much about this and learn the tracks. So, you can kind of customize the level of realism that you want to have in your game, which is kind of nice that it gives you that sort of flexibility. So I'll probably just run a qualifying thing real quick. So I'll go to the track, and we'll do a flying lap, and we'll see how terrible I can do. So cockpit view for the win. The older cars are slightly different. I mean, they're still F1 vehicles, but they are slightly different than the more modern cars. Ugh, that was terrible. You do have unlimited flashbacks if you want to redo a portion of the race, which it actually automatically does if you crash out, which is pretty interesting. You don't have to if you don't want to, but interesting that they give you that, that kind of option by default. I'm not so good in the S's. So there you go, there's a lap. I got 5th. That's not too bad. I think it just returned to the garage. And then see how that stacks up. You don't have to drive all the way around and stuff if you don't want to. Which is kind of nice. So yeah, and then you can watch all the other cars go around and stuff, and it gives you the live feed and everything. It's pretty interesting. So there you go, there's a qualifying lap. I'm going to probably actually do... I'll just do a custom Grand Prix with the modern cars. Although I do actually have spent most of my time with and doing some one-off races to try to figure out what difficulty setting I want to use. So we'll do modern cars. I'm going to pick... I don't know who I want to pick. Let's do Toro Rosso. Why not? Alright, so who do I want to do? I actually probably want to do Monza. I really like Monza. So we'll do one-shot qualifying. We'll do a 25% race, and then we'll do 65 for the difficulty. So I'll take a good half hour or so, I'd say. And you can get some pit strategy in on it too, which is always good. So the game loads so fast you can't adjust any of the options. Don't have time. Yeah. Alright, so single shot qualifying. Go to the track. We'll see how this goes. Hang on, DRS. Totally forgot. I'm in a modern car. I have DRS available. You know, you can definitely notice a difference in the performance of the different cars based on who, which team it is. The top team's cars are noticeably faster. And then your cars do get better as you upgrade the parts in the career mode, but, it is noticeable that the better people's cars are, better. Oh, that was terrible. You can see my qualifying position dropping. That's right, it'll make for a more interesting race, I would say. Yeah, 14th. It's been so great. Doesn't take much to drop like a rock in the standings because, you know, the cars are so close together. Picked up some positions there. I'll take 10th. Yeah, I'll take 10th. That's about right, actually. Like I said, you can adjust that the percentage difficulty up if you wanna. Alright, yeah, we got it. Oh, great. And it's raining. That's awesome. Oh, get to see the weather. Alright, so we go to the race strategy. I like how it gives you rundowns of different options. You can customize what you want, your so, you know, how many stops you want. You can actually add in stints to pit more than once if you want to. And then it gives you little time rundowns, which I think is pretty cool. That it tells you, you know, how long they think it's going to take if you do, you know, 0 stops versus 1 stop. So I'm going to go with the no pit stops here because it's the fastest. And then we'll run with the intermediate because it's raining, which will be super awesome. So away we go. So hold down the clutch, try to get your RPMs right there-ish. Then wait for the lights to go off, and then you go. And then you start running into people because that's what happens at the beginning of the race. The AI could be a little bit better. They kind of get stuck behind people in line. There isn't as much passing as there could be. This is going to be bad. Told you. I'm going to redo that. So, speaking of flashbacks. Alright, so I'm just going to restart it right there. I do like that you have, you know, all the flashbacks here. Yeah, what are you doing, buddy? Oh, up to third. You know, the start of the race is always when you pass the most people. So we'll see how this goes. 13 laps won't be too bad. The rain is just going to be terrible, though. Ugh, that was bad. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? Guy came up like totally on the inside of me. Alright, let's start right there. You gotta remember it's raining out. Which means it probably won't get DRS. I do like the voice-activated radio system, which I'll show off here when I get on the next straightaway, so I don't have to think about it. Ugh. Weather report.
Heavy rain will pass in 5 minutes and will be replaced by light rain conditions.
That must be why that they didn't put wets on. There's a car to my inside. Driver in front. And I just asked right before they hit the line, or else they would have said how far away he was. Oh my gosh, that was so terrible. I'll lose like... should lose like 10 positions because of that junk. Stupid rain. You know, like there's a lot of strategy about which tires to go, you know, how many stops to do. With it raining, that basically, you know, means if you do more than one stop, you're going to lose too much time in it. And with a longer event, you know, this is a 25% race, which it kind of defaults to in a lot of the beginning championship ones. But with longer races, you know, you have a little bit more flexibility.
They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Driver in front.
Raikkonen ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 1.5 seconds. We're gaining by around 0.2 per lap. They're on fresh inters. The time last lap was a 1 minute 41.6.
Oof. What happened to him? I broke. That's interesting. Well, now I'm kind of by myself, except for this other guy. Driver behind.
Red lights behind you. The gap is less than a second.
Yeah.
They're on fresh inters. The time last lap was a 1:37.6.
Last lap time.
That last lap was a 1 minute 40.2.
And you can use the voice stuff to, you know, do pit stop stuff. So it's kind of nice that you don't have to take your, you know, eyes off the road and your hands off the, you know, off the controls to do that sort of thing.
We're expecting the rain to get better in around 5 minutes. Light rain in 5 minutes' time.
This guy's gonna pass me, I can tell already. That was a pretty decent lap though for me. I do like the racing line. It makes learning the track so much easier. And it automatically adjusts based on your tire wear and the weather conditions too. So that's really nice. That was a bad corner. You know, the F1 cars are fairly fragile, but you can actually do a little bit of bumping before you get any damage that's going to ruin your day. So you still have to be really careful on the start of the race. I had a pretty good lap going until I screwed up that one corner. Hey, fastest lap. That was really fast. Driver in front.
Bottas is ahead of you. The gap to the car ahead is 3.9 seconds. You're taking 1.8 seconds out of them each lap. They're on fresh inters. The time last lap was a 1:37.3. Okay, the weather's certainly eased off for the time being, but we've still got a lot of standing water out there. We're happy for you to stay out on the inters for now.
Okay. When, especially when weather comes up, they will come over the radio and say they have an alternate pit strategy, which usually means they want to swap tires out. So that's kind of nice that they'll automatically do that. You don't have to do that yourself when you're trying to drive.
The gap to teammate is 31.6 seconds.
You stink.
Gap to car in front is 2.5 seconds.
Driver behind.
Battle behind. Okay, the gap behind is
Yeah, it's
3.6
pretty far off.
seconds. They're on fresh inters. The time last lap was a 1:36.8.
Pretty much in this position unless I mess something up. I might catch the guy in front of me, but still have kind of a lot of laps left.
ETA on this rain clearing up is about 10 minutes, so just keep your concentration out there.
In 10 minutes it'll be almost the end of the race. So. A little bit too fast.
Okay, gap ahead is 1.7 seconds.
Yeah, I'm actually closing. 4/10 a lap. Until I did that. That was bad too. That was bad too. It was like 2 bad corners in a row. Four to go.
Behind us is 4.3 seconds.
I've caught up to him now. I think the rain's getting worse.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
How much is that? I got like almost 2 laps extra. Really want to pass this guy. Might actually change the fuel to rich here for a little bit. If I can pass him. Although this isn't a great track for that. Just got to keep an eye on, make sure I have enough fuel to finish the race. Ugh, I knew that was going to happen. Alright. That's why I hate following behind these people.
So the gap to our teammate is 39.7 seconds.
And that was way too hot. I think I can get him though. But I gotta break way before that. There we go. Haha. Second place.
Caution, caution.
That guy went out of the race.
Green flag.
Go back to standard mix for a little bit. I know I'm looking at it. 2 to go. Tire wear is not bad yet. Let's put it on Rich for the last part of this race here. Never know, I could catch him. Doubt it, but just like a little bit too far back with 1 lap to go.
This is your final lap of the race.
Well, there you go. Jeez, dude. Slow down, why don't you? Yeah, maybe I can't catch him. Yeah, I caught him. I can't believe it. And I'm pulling away a little bit. Yeah. Winner is me.
Fantastic.
And my hands disappeared, so yay. I was so excited I lost my hands. Yeah, I'm awesome, you know it. Yep, there I am. Or, you know, whoever I raced as. Carlos.
Who was your driver of the day? I'm going to say Carlos Sainz.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
One of his best drives this season.
Alright, well there you go. That's F1 2017. It's not monumentally different from 2016. You know, it has a couple more upgrades in the career mode, a couple more practice programs. You know, it has the new 2017 rules, has the classic cars, which do, you know, perform noticeably different from the modern cars. Gives you some short track versions of the 2017 tracks and a nighttime Monaco race. Has female drivers you can have in the career mode. You can also have a difficulty slider for the AI, so it's not just medium and hard. You can actually set a percentage, which is actually what I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what that percentage was for me. There's also assists when pitting that you can turn on. I just have it on full anyway. I do like the inclusion of the championships. I think it's really nice to have a variety of different events with alternate rules. You also have the online events, which you know, refresh every week or so. That's another nice feature. And the invitational events that you unlock in the career mode, you know, give you a couple lap scenario that you have to get an objective in order to claim the prize there. So while not a significant departure from 2016, I think thanks to the championships mode and the events mode and a lot of little changes, I think that fans of F1 will be satisfied with this edition of the game. That's all I have for today. Until next time, bye now.